Hello, friends. The nature of many phenomena in the world still hasn't been fully studied. One of them is the inextricable bond between twins. Yet another argument in support of this single soul theory is a story that took place at the UMass Memorial Hospital in Worcester, Massachusetts in 1995. On October 17th, twin girls Kyrie and Brielle Jackson were born there, 12 weeks before their due date. Each of them weighed less than a kilogram at birth. By the intensive care rules, each girl was placed in a separate incubator. It was supposed to help avoid the possibility of the girls getting infections from each other. From the very first days, Kyrie began to gain weight and develop well, but her twin sister Brielle wasn't doing quite that well. She could hardly breathe, had heart problems, and low oxygen saturation. Things got much worse on November 12th. Baby Brielle cried for so long that she developed serious breathing problems. Her skin was turning blue. Seeing her bluish-gray fingers, the parents were in despair. When Brielle's condition became critical, Nurse Gail decided to try a different approach to bring her back to life. She did this with the parents' consent, who were willing to try anything for their baby to get better. This practice was used in many European countries, but was virtually unknown in the States. The nurse put the stronger girl in the incubator with her dying sister, and very soon a miracle happened. As soon as the girls were placed together, Brielle moved closer to Kyrie and began to calm down, and her oxygen level went up. But an even greater shock for the adults was still coming. Kyrie suddenly held out her tiny hand and hugged her sick sister. Almost immediately, Brielle's heart rate stabilized and her temperature normalized. One might not have believed it if it weren't for the photo and recording devices. Everyone was in tears. The girls were left together, and despite the limited space, they both began to develop much faster, especially Brielle. She was showing significant changes for the better. The story and the photographs of the two babies made it into the pages of Life and Reader's Digest. The moment when Kyrie hugged her little sister was called the saving hug. And it really was so. Sometime later, the now healthy girls were discharged home. Media coverage brought so much attention that Heidi and Paul Jackson, the parents of the famous babies, even had to change their phone number in order to get rid of the journalists. While the sisters were little, they didn't just sleep in the same crib all the time, but also tried to snuggle up to each other. The parents rejoiced at their strong friendship and good health. The Jackson girls and their brave nurse made history at the hospital. The hospital records reflected that Nurse Gail Kasparian was the first one to place the twins together. After that, the hospital did a lot of research and got some interesting results. It turned out that the twins never infected their brother or sister. On the contrary, they only had a positive impact on each other. Journalists found the family when the girls were 17 years old. They were both beautiful and smart. Even many years later, their father had tears in his eyes when he showed the family gallery of portraits and that very photograph with the saving hug. For the parents, it still felt as if it all happened just yesterday. Little Kyrie seems to hug each of us from this photo, reminding us of the need to love each other. Well, that's all, friends. Give us a thumbs up if you like this video, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.